May the joy of our redemption in Jesus be yours as we begin this fourth week of Lent. And we continue on with our theme of spiritual warfare, being clothed with the armor of God. Today we think about putting on the shoes of the preparedness of the gospel of peace. That's what Paul shares with us in Ephesians chapter 6. You know, Paul says to put on these shoes, this preparedness, the gospel, which gets us ready. But Paul never really talks about shoes. There's no technical word for shoes. He just says, strap up your feet, get yourselves ready to run, and put those shoes on to shod your feet with the gospel of peace. When I was a kid, I used to love to run around in my bare feet. It was fun. I hated shoes. During the summer, I was always barefoot and always running. But you're running in bare feet. You come across a rock, a piece of glass, a stick that's on the ground, and scrape your toes against some concrete. It always hurt and it always slowed you down. So Paul's point would be, always make sure you have your shoes on before you go running. And our shoes, Paul says, it's the gospel, the sweet message of peace. That gospel that Paul says prepares us for the things in our life. The reality is that Satan will always be there attacking us, pointing out to us all the ways in which we have failed. You think about on the night when Jesus was betrayed, Judas was confronted with his failure. He went out and killed himself. Peter was confronted with his failure and he wept bitterly. You and I will also be confronted with our own failures. It's part of carrying along our sinful baggage with us until that day we are perfected in the kingdom of heaven. But the great word for us is found in Paul's letter to the Romans, in Romans 8, verse 1, that says, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. None. And that's what being exposed to the gospel over and over and over again in our life prepares us for. That when we run into that time where we stumble and fall, where we fail because of our sin, the gospel that's deeply rooted within us is our armor that brings us that peace that we need in Jesus Christ. So don't go running through broken glass and stone-filled paths with bare feet. Be prepared with the gospel of Jesus that gets you ready for the run so that we can make it home and be together in the kingdom of heaven.